Welcome to our Morocco travel series. In the last episode, we left the chaos of Marrakesh behind and hopped on a first-class train. The toilet is basically a hole. 7 hours later, we arrived in Fez. In this video, we'll show you the best things to do in Fez. From wandering the ancient Medina and trying street food. It has so many streets. It's sour and tasty. And we will cook a traditional Moroccan dish ourselves. Good morning everyone from Fez. And last night we arrived in Fez from Marrakesh. We had an interesting train ride, so when we arrived we were so tired. We arrived in Palais Amani. It's a beautiful place. I highly recommend if you are coming to Fez to stay here. Very charming with lots of characters. We have a small balcony so we can watch the sunrise here, and we have a great view of surrounding and Medina and the mountain there. My first impression from Fez is just like so beautiful. I can't wait to go and explore, but it's bigger than Marrakesh and I think it's more beautiful than Marrakesh, but it's too early to judge, so I have to go and have breakfast. Palais Amani is a beautiful traditional riad with a spa in the heart of Fez. It is the perfect place to explore the Medina. I will leave the link in the description if you want to check it out. We had breakfast in Marrakesh, so we are kind of familiar with Moroccan breakfast. But here we have something very different. It's a Moroccan soup, so I don't know what to expect actually. Let me try. The soup is actually bean soup, it's fava bean soup, and it has olive oil and some spices, and it's delicious. Medina in Fez is very large, it's huge, and it has 9,000 narrow alleys. And there are two Medinas in Fez. One is Old Medina, one is New Medina. And right now we are in the old part. So main attractions are in the old part. Fez Medina, also known as Fez El Bali, is the oldest part of the city. It is actually one of the oldest and largest Medinas in the world. Unlike Marrakesh, this Medina is completely car-free, so you will see people, donkeys, cars and chaos all blending together. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site because everything here, from the architecture to the street life, feels like it hasn't changed in centuries. It's a bit overwhelming at first, but honestly, it's one of the most authentic places we experienced in Morocco.
Fez is great for shopping. So many choices, so many colours. The moccasins are beautiful. I think I'm going to try a pair. Yeah, try next size.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, I finally bought a pair of these beautiful mules. I'm really pleased with it. Negotiated the price. Well, Mansoura negotiated the price from 150 to 125.
This is for snake. I have a leather for this, and the shoes I have this. If you want, see? Wait, this is for snake.
This is made of snake?
Really?
Wow!
Actually, it's quite pretty.
Fez is also home to many beautiful madrasas and mosques. Not to get lost in Fez, just make sure that you are in the main alley, because if you wander off, you might not find your way back. And while you're walking, you we'll find a lot of beautiful mosques, and actually now we found a madrasa and it's part of the mosque, and right now it's not in use but it's open to tourists, and it's just 20 dirham, which can be like €2 per person to visit, and it's so beautiful. The architecture here is just gorgeous. One of the most beautiful places to visit in Fez is Attarine Madrasa. It was built in the 14th century and served as an Islamic school where students came to study religion, science, and philosophy. Many of them traveled from different parts of Morocco and lived here while attending classes. The courtyard is small but absolutely stunning, and it offers plenty of great photo opportunities. It is a peaceful historic spot right in the middle of the Medina and definitely worth a visit. Honestly, we were passing through some alleys and we saw some tourists taking photo of this place. We thought that is a mosque, but we know it's a holy place and respected place, and it says non-Muslim are not allowed to enter, and obviously we are both, luckily, we are Muslim, so they let us in. But I'm going to do more research about this place when I'm back home, and to find out what it's about, and I try to put it in the video.
I think I said it's a mausoleum for some famous people.
This place is actually one of the holiest shrines in Morocco. It is where Moulay Idriss II is buried. He ruled Morocco from 807 to 828, and he's considered the main founder of both the city of Fez and the first Moroccan Islamic state. Yeah, we just visited the mausoleum, but actually you feel like, okay, it's a holy place, it's a really peaceful place, but it's not, because even the guys that they were helping us, we asked us that we are Muslim, he just took us in a corner and literally wanted money. And when we were just visiting the site, we were asked from so many beggars just to give them money. It's not very peaceful place to go. It's just like kind of gets annoying. Like every second, just someone stops you, and it's not a big place. It's just a very small, tiny place, and so many people are there and telling people off not to come or come, and literally they want money. We just stopped by a very small shop, and actually the guy said that his mother is making this sweet, and we bought one. It's almond and coconut, tasty.
And this one is chocolate and coconut and it's delicious.
This one is actually cactus fruit. It has so many seeds. It's sour and tasty. We are actually trying to walk towards Blue Gate, and it's usually like half an hour walk even with taking photos, but I think it took us 3 hours so far, and we are just 10 minutes from Blue Gate, but let's see how long it takes us, because we kind of like to wander around and check everything, and it's lovely to do that, and sometimes also talk to locals and have some Moroccan tea and sit down. And just remember, if you're coming to Fez, it's kind of hilly, so
It is hilly.
and you need to be a bit fit to walk around, while Marrakesh is very flat. One of the most iconic landmarks in Fez is the Blue Gate. It's the main entrance to the old Medina, and it is easily recognizable with its blue tiles on one side and green on the other. Blue represents Fez and green symbolizes Islam. We finally arrived at the Blue Gate. It's a beautiful gate and it's so busy and there are so many cafes and restaurants here. When you walk down the street, everyone just gets different nationality, and every time we say something, a guy approaches and said, "Are you Chinese?" And we said yes. Unfortunately, we couldn't talk Mandarin. Jewish quarter in Fez is another interesting part of Medina. But if you want to come here, you can take a taxi, just 2-3 minutes ride, and it's next to the Royal Palace. It was the first Jewish district in Morocco and it was built in the 15th century. The architecture here feels different. The buildings have balconies overlooking the street, which isn't common in the rest of the Medina. Not a lot of Jewish live in here and they move out, and also while we are walking in a Jewish district, but you can see a lot of mosques and of course a lot of local here that they are Muslim. To experience Fez, actually it's good to go at the rooftop and actually have a view of the Medina and stay in a kind of like local boutique hotel like Palais Amani. And now we have some time before our food tour, so we decided to come on a rooftop and have some Moroccan tea. It's very peaceful here and we see so many birds, which is a lovely day. The tea is very sweet, and usually when you have Moroccan tea you should tell them you don't want sugar in, because it usually comes with sugar, but we forgot, so now we have sweet tea. Morocco in general is known for its delicious food. So today we are taking a food class, and actually we are going to the bazaar, to the souk, to buy the ingredient, and we are going to cook our own meal. Usually locals, they get the chicken fresh. Basically they come here and they choose the live chicken, and it should be halal. And because Morocco is a Muslim country and they eat halal meat, and the way halal works is actually you should say the prayer and quickly kill the animal. Then the chicken doesn't suffer and die so quickly. And this is how locals do it. But already we have the chicken in the hotel. So luckily we don't need to see the whole process, because I'm not sure if I can see the blood. Oh my god. Basically, we have to choose our ingredient and we've just picked up our vegetable. And here is the actual bazaar. The local come here and they do shopping. It's just like a lot of produce and they're fresh, exciting, very busy, chaotic.
And we mostly serve them as some sort of appetizers, like the ones with extra flavors. This one would have parsley, this one has the cilantro and garlic, and this one has the chili paste, harissa. So these are appetizers. The one which are just cured are used for cooking.
I'm just eating a very, very spicy pickle, but actually it's okay, I can manage it.
Paprika, some cumin, some black pepper, ginger, cinnamon, and turmeric. We're not getting the blend because we're gonna add our own spices to it. Okay? Just small portions. Us as Moroccans, we use a lot of spices. And we're also buying some saffron. We're gonna get you some saffron.
Before heading back, we stopped by Sidi Abdullah's shop. He is known as the tea man of Fez. He is famous for his signature tea, made with a mix of 6 fresh herbs, creating a unique blend. What's even more fascinating is that he grows his own herbs. So everything is as fresh and local as it gets. It's a beautiful little spot tucked away in the Medina and definitely worth a visit if you're in Fez.
Merci. It's really nice. It's lovely.
After doing all the shopping, now we are back in our hotel, and actually our room is here and the cooking class is the other side. So now we are on the rooftop and we are going to cook our meal. Our cooking class started with something simple but meaningful. Washing our hands the traditional way, just like it has been done for generations. Basically, we are cooking in a style. We have like a Moroccan hat and everything ready here for us. And we start with aubergine, just baking them. For a starter, we have zalouk with aubergine, garlic, tomatoes, and spices. Our main dish was chicken tagine with lemons, olives, and a blend of spices. And for the dessert, we made a traditional Moroccan sweet made with layers of crispy pastry, creamy custard, and topped with strawberries. We managed to cook a starter, main course, and dessert. And I think my food looks pretty, and I'm so proud of myself. And it's time to go and eat what I cooked.
Could you please cover your chili so we can Yes.
I'm going to start with the starter. I don't like aubergine. It's amazing because I cooked it. Honestly, it was the best food we had during our trip. And the view from here is amazing.